Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Rusty Rose Gravel, and welcome back to a July morning in Callander. Today I am doing a route that's been circled for years, like years I've wanted to do this, and I finally found myself doing it. It's a favourite of Specializeddoug, if you know that man. He likes to do a group ride around here. I've never been able to join him on one of these, unfortunately, so I'm here on my lonesome, giving it a go. So let's have a look at what we're doing. Starting in Callander, we will head straight towards Glen Artney, beside the Kelty water towards Bracklinn and up to Arivu Richardick. Then we head along Glen Artney, hopefully getting some views of Ben Vorlich along the way, towards Comrie, but diving off south on Langside Road into Braco, hopefully getting a coffee in the coffee shop. After refreshments, it's back up onto the hills, to the Braes of Doune Windfarm gravel tracks and along the back roads to Kelty Bridge, and finally Callander to end the loop. So yeah, a bit of a bucket list this one. Bit of a popular route, I think, for many people. I want to see what it's all about. Glen Artney looks awesome. I'm not going to hang around here too much though, because the midges have found me. So without further ado, let's get on with the ride. Okay, so we've cycled out of Callander, up a relatively steep road climb, onto a lovely little single track gravel path, and here we are at Bracklinn Falls. Rather noisy. The Bracklinn Falls are a series of waterfalls northeast of Callander, Scotland, on the course of the Kelty water, where the river crosses the Highland boundary fault. The brown peat tinged water, flecked with bits of twigs and leaves, gives a clue to the name of these falls. Bracklinn comes from the Gaelic breach, meaning speckled, and linn, meaning pool. There's been a few bridges over the years. First one washed away, and then the second one was destroyed, and then this is the third one now. It was built last year, I think, so the route's now available to be a circular route. The route I'm taking might be a bit of hike and bike just to get up the other side. You can always just turn around and attempt the steep cycle back out this way if you don't fancy it. Okay, I'm just going to nerd out a little bit on some rocks around here, see if I can determine where the Highland boundary fault is. I think it's actually a bit further north of here, but I'm going to have a look anyway. But I'm going to spare you that, and let's get on with cycling. A little bit rough and overgrown, ow, and brambles just scratching me up here. Probably not your preferred choice of cycle path. I mean, it's a footpath first, I guess. Easily walkable if you don't fancy riding it, a bit rough in places, a couple of roots and some stones. Nice views of the river though, the Kelty water. Very nice. So we scrabbled up from the falls, brushing past all the bracken, getting all the ticks no doubt. Just about managing to stay one step ahead of the midges as well, which I'm quite pleased about. And now we're on this absolutely fantastic little path. It's random how it's so nice here, then just suddenly stops and becomes a bit of a scramble. Looks like we're about to get out the tree line in a minute. Might be able to get some views in. Let's see what we got. Alright, that's the Bracklinn Falls detour done. I'm back on the main track you would take if you hadn't detoured, although I would argue just up there where that tree line breaks is pretty good views. So waterfall and that viewpoint there is probably worth the detour, even with the little hiker bike mud tick fest halfway through. Nice. Right, to Glen Artney, let's go. So we've made it to Arivu Richardic. I don't know how you say that, but that seems to be how I say it. It's not actually a bothy, it's like a private hostel thing owned by some private people, so you can't use it. Don't rely on it if you're coming out here to stay, because you won't get in. Over there is the path where you start heading up to Ben Vorlich. That looks like a really nice glen, that one. I like the look of that. We're going that way. I'm not going to point because it's straight into the sun, but the way we're going is a bit more up, and then we'll start descending through Glen Artney proper. That's where we came from, all the way over there. 2 hours I've been on the move, and I've only done 8.5k. I've done so much faffing. I better get a move on, otherwise I'm never going to get this ride done. I can see why so many people like coming along here. This is a lovely bit of gravel, this track here. Not too bumpy, a couple of rough patches, but really just lovely double track gravel, Land Rover track. Ups and downs, lovely views. What's not to love? Sun's out as well. Not sure how long it's going to last for, but it's nice when the sun's out. So we just stopped here to have a little look at Ben Vorlich over there, and that lovely little ridge. That would be a lovely walk actually if I was in the mood for walking, but I'm not. I'm cycling, and what a cycle this is. This track is fantastic. I really am enjoying this. It's been a while since I've been on the gravel bike. Last rode a bike, I was actually in Corfu on a holiday with the family, about 34 degrees, 35 degrees. It's 6:30 in the morning. Don't recommend that. Not doing that again. But here, just right temperatures. The sun is just about holding, although it probably will rain later. But for now, it is perfect. So that's the gravel portion of Glen Artney done. Now I'm on the single track road. I think it's road now all the way till I get my coffee. So I'm going to bimble along, and I'll be back if there's something worth talking about. Otherwise, I'll see you at the coffee stop. Alright, we've made it to Braco Coffee for a coffee stop. If you're seeing this, that means that future me has crudely cut out all my pearls of wisdom and insights on the road. Curse you. But actually no, it wasn't a bad route actually. The road was quite fast. Lovely if you're from the road cycling side of gravel cycling. You'll enjoy that. Glen Artney road, really quiet, really nice. And then the B road coming across here was a bit busier, but very smooth, very fun to ride on. So now I guess coffee time, quick snack, and then we head back up the hills again, keep going. Well, that was a delicious coffee. I feel reinvigorated and raring to go. This is lovely through these woods. Actually, I've had such a nice time, I've missed the turning. And I think Kamut wants me to go up a little footpath that I'm not sure I want to go up. So we'll have a look, see if it's worth it. If it's not, then there is like a main track, I think, that kind of loops all the way around. But I'm going to follow the map and take the footpath. Got some pretty mean clouds in front of me. I think the rain's going to get me in a second. Let's try and see if we can avoid that. Climbing up from the Braco Coffee Shop up this gravel track. I had built up in my head that this was going to be some kind of awful slog fest, but actually it's not that bad at all. Yeah, it's going uphill, but it's not steep, overly steep anyway, and there's nothing technical. It's just settle into your granny gear and spin your way up to kind of territory. Perfectly fine. Maybe I'll get stung in a minute, but so far so good. I'm secretly a bit pleased the sun's gone in actually. It was starting to get a little bit too warm for my liking. Now it's cooled off nicely. Perfect conditions, I would say. Just taking a breather, nearly at the wind farm. Looking down over Strathallan there. Fairly sure I can convince myself that's Stirling and Stirling Castle. Just in the distance, Dunblane in the foreground. And then like the Menstrie Hills and stuff over there. I think I've cycled them. I've now cycled this. I think I've cycled them over there as well. Getting about a bit now. Oh, must be time to retire. First lock gate of the route. I was expecting a lock gate in Glen Artney, but that was fine. All the gates were fine there, but this one here, just coming onto the wind farm, is locked. So if you're coming here with a heavy bike, the cattle grid has got a tree growing in it, and the way round is a lock gate. So just watch out for that. It's got rougher and boggier since that gate. This is obviously the bit of track that they don't use very much. Ugh, slimy. Oh, our track abruptly ends just a few meters shy of the wind farm tracks. What a pain. Well, that access road descent there, absolutely awesome. Oh, you get some good speed up on that. Thank you, Braes of Doune Windfarm. Let's get out of here. I was having a really good time there on this track, and now it wants me to go through all this grass. I will do, because it's a video. If you weren't watching, I'll probably go a different way, but since you're here, let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. Ouch, stinging nettles. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Well, that was very random. Only a couple hundred meters or so, but I got stung on the little finger, the one that stuck up my glove. Not happy about that. But it seems to have opened out again into general field. That was a mad little cut through from the forest tracks down here to Drumloist Road. Worth it, I think. Just watch out because it's quite overgrown in that one section. But here we are now on the tarmac all the way home now, I think. 10k to go. Nice little bit of road. Just heading above Kelty Bridge now. Probably a good time to wrap this thing up, I think. And I'll start by saying, why is it taking me so long to do this ride? What an amazing route. It's just perfect gravel, followed by quiet roads, followed by coffee, followed by gravel, followed by quiet roads. What a great day out. So nothing too tricky on the ride actually. None of the climbs were too bad, none of the descents were too crazy, none of the gravel was too rough. A perfect gravel ride. Okay, I think I'm done here. So it's just a couple more K now, back to the start, just to round off this absolutely wonderful gravel ride. I wish I'd done this sooner, way sooner. What an amazing loop. Come check it out if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.